Well, hey, how y'all doing? Give you all a quick update video on this thing. The break-in process went really good. Only problems I'm having is the stupid oil pressure line fitting right there. You can't see because the camera's kind of a pile. It leaks a little bit, and I kind of figured it would. So obviously I'm going to have to replace that little fitting. That's kind of like 4 fittings in one, just to hook up the oil pressure line, because I totally didn't have one. The only one I had that I thought was okay was not okay. It was stripped out already. That's why it was in the drawer. It was like a reminder to get a new one, and I never did. So yeah, it leaks a drop of oil every now and then out of that stupid fitting, so I got to replace that. Totally not a big deal. The engine break-in went really good. I got to get a power steering line for it. I got to figure out a shifter for it, and I'm going to put the MSD Atomic TCM setup to control the trans. It's a 4L60E transmission with a 3500 Hughes Performance stall converter in it. It's a 354 volt main, if y'all are new to the channel. Just a 350. Nothing fancy. It's got a healthy cam in it, good intake on it. Yeah, the headers are cheap China, so they obviously get discolored in a hurry. The distributor, like I said, I don't know if I mentioned this or not, I've had to remake this video a couple times due to noise in the background, like trains and sirens and gunshots or fireworks. So I don't even know what it was, but so anyway, that distributor is not quite good. It's okay, but it's not the greatest. And after doing 2 break-in cycles, I removed, there's a wasp up there, how lovely is that? I hope he flies into that there bug zapper. I removed that distributor cap after 2 break-in cycles to look at the spark pattern on it, because I just cleaned everything up and I wanted to look at the spark pattern, and it's all over the place. Like, it's just randomly sparking on that pad. It's not centered like it should be. So that distributor's garbage. I'm going to have to take it apart and figure out what's wrong with it. It's like a MSD Street Fire distributor, only it's a clone. It's not the real deal. I bought that for the engine in the work truck. So now I'm maybe thinking about putting that in the work truck and taking the one in the work truck that was in the original T-Bucket engine, which used to be in the S10, which that distributor came out of something I don't even remember, a long time ago. That distributor's been around forever, but it's better than that one. But anyway, it runs good like that. Here's a little clip of it running, actually, so you guys can hear what it sounds like once it's had, in this clip, it's had 5 break-in cycles, I think. And I got one more to do. I do 6 break-in cycles. But here's a clip of it running after like the 5th break-in. So yeah, as you can see, it runs pretty healthy. I'm not at all worried about anything in the motor or anything. But the timing, see, a lot of people don't agree with the way I break in engines. I start modest on the timing and then I work my way up, because I'm not worried about trying to set the idle timing when I first start it, because you got to idle it down. I don't want to let the engine idle. And I'm not worried about setting the total timing, because you got to rev it all the way up to like 4,500, wherever the distributor stops advancing. So when I first start the engine and break it in, I'm setting the timing by ear and just kind of keep an eye on things. I keep an eye on like what colors are the headers, how the exhaust smells, how the engine sounds, how it feels, you know, and I kind of gradually add timing as I go along and keep it smoothed out, because I don't want to exceed an RPM at first, and I don't want to drop below a certain RPM at first. And you can't use a timing light to set anything in the middle. You got to set your initial timing or your total timing. You can't set anything in the middle with a light. So I play it by ear, and I've done it for like a long time. This isn't the first engine I've built. So everybody that's screaming at the computer watching that video, I'm sorry, you know, but I'm not going to rev the engine all the way up to get the total put in it, and I ain't going to let the damn thing idle and put the initial in, you know. So just get over it. Yeah, I discolored the headers. Ooh, they're China, like very, very, very China, like super cheap. I didn't pay more than $130 for them shipped to my door. Yeah, they're cheap. Also, this bank is running leaner than that bank, and the reason for that is that carburetor came off another engine that was off the 334. It's a new carburetor, but it was off that 334 that was in the S10 that ended up in the T-bucket, and now it's in the work truck. That carburetor is dialed in for that engine. Now I got more displacement, the cam characteristics are different, the characteristics of the whole engine is different. You know, different stroke, different bore, different everything. So that carburetor's probably a little confused. I'm not worried about dialing it in just yet. I'm worried about breaking the engine in. And that don't mean, you know, I ain't too much worried about too lean as I am too rich. Like, I even had the choke halfway shut on doing all that, or maybe closer to 3/4 just to run it a little bit rich. So yeah, I'm not too worried about, you know, a lot of things. Everything went smoothly in my eyes, and this thing fires up and runs great. So I kind of just do all my engines like that, but there's a reason I do stuff. I don't just randomly do stuff. Like, a lot of people look around this crappy shop and my plywood floor soaked in oil and grease and grit and my crappy tools, and you know, they think I'm just some dumb redneck or some idiot, but you know, there is certain things I kind of know what I'm doing. So like I said, this is not the first engine I've built. I've been taking apart engines and putting them back together and doing stuff since I was like 5 years old, and I'm like way older than that now. But literally at 5 years old, I was taking apart a little Briggs 3-horse lawnmower engine, putting them back together, making it run. So been doing this a while, and I'm kind of set in my ways. So just keep that in mind when you're telling me to like do this or do that. Or, you know, I'm open to advice, but I don't like people telling me to do stuff. You can suggest something, but don't just be like, man, you're a freaking idiot, you should just throw a timing light on that thing, get it right, and dirt. Well, there's a reason I do stuff. So I don't know, people irritate me, but I don't really care. A view's a view, I guess. And a comment's a comment. So the more I can kind of ruffle feathers every now and then, this, you know, gets more comments going, I guess. I think live streams where it's at. Live streams where I make the most ad revenue. That's where I get the most comments, the most viewer interaction, and I can reply in real time. I really enjoy the live stream videos. What that doesn't let me do is edit up the videos and make it all like presentable to you guys. And you know, I don't know. It's almost as, you know, it's easier to do it live, but you don't get as good of content, I don't think, doing it live, because I can't go do burnouts or do hole shots or do cool stuff and go to the drag strip and stuff like that and be live doing it. It's hard to do that. So I imagine I'll do a little bit of both. Anyway, I'm like super tired. I got to work on my work truck and change a couple back tires for some reason or another. So yeah, y'all take it easy. Thanks for watching. I appreciate the support and the help from all my subscribers, and you know, I do appreciate the advice and stuff, but don't like tell me what I'm doing wrong and then call me an idiot. That just pisses me off, you know. Just saying. Like, some of y'all are new to the channel and you probably don't realize that, but try to keep things semi-family friendly, like at least PG-13 around here. So try not to sling a bunch of cuss words in the comment section, because that'll result in an instant ban. I apologize for that, but that's just what'll happen. You know, have a little respect for people that go to church and family members and stuff that watch my videos. I would appreciate that. I have had to ban a couple people here recently, like tonight, after I uploaded that video of the break-in. So that's why I mentioned that. You know, as always, keep it PG-13 in the comments. But yeah, y'all have a good day and a good night, whatever, and I'll see you in the next video.